Wally. Hey. Never thought we'd see each other again.
Eggs and omelettes, love, and extreme measures.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Legends of Tomorrow episode 15 video. Whole bunch of Flash, whole bunch of Constantine, and there's all the Constantine season 4 stuff that we have to talk about too. So if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe to get all the DC videos. They haven't formally announced which shows have been canceled or renewed, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video because I feel like most of the fandom is on the same page when it comes to stuff like that. We're going to have so much magic stuff happening in the DC universe between Raven, Titans, Trigon, and Constantine on Legends of Tomorrow. There's just like a whole side of the DC universe and a bunch of characters that they've never gotten to, but I don't know which characters that they'll have access to because Trigon Titans is kind of like their premier A-list title, so they'll probably have first pick when it comes to really cool mystical characters, but we can talk about that when we learn more about what's going on with Titans. The reason I think that Jesse Quick guest starred during this episode is because they had Violent Being that was available between filming other TV shows. Like, she just signed on to another TV show, so she's going to be super busy. I don't think she's going to be around that much during season 5, so I think they just wanted to get as much Jesse Quick in as possible while she was briefly available for this small amount of time. So they're like, okay, why don't you come on Legends too, because we have Wally West there. It can be a nice funny moment. But it was a really quick appearance where they cram all this character history, backstory, and comic book Easter eggs in. So the big comic book stuff, because I saw a lot of people confused on Twitter when I was talking about this. When he's telling her off, he says, I'm going to find someone else and fall in love with them. What he's talking about is Linda Park from the comics, because that's who Wally West got married to in the comics. So who knows what the timeline of the Flash TV show is, if they'll ever get to Wally West and Linda Park on that. But she dated Barry, so they've already changed the comics quite a bit in the TV universe. But it's a big comic book Easter egg. But the other really cool thing too is that you get a lot of personal history between the two of them that you never got on the TV show. So like you pick up during season 3 and they're kind of going out, but you don't really get those moments because you're busy following Barry most of the time.
Unfortunately.
I can't hurt you.
When Wally's talking about meditating, that's Wally West, the Zen speedster. So they actually referenced this in the comics recently during the Flash War lead-up, where Gorilla Grodd is thinking about the difference between Barry and Wally's connection to the Speed Force. Barry's more of a scientist, he has a more science-based understanding of the Speed Force. Wally has a more spiritual understanding of the Speed Force. So it's a very different type of connection. So when Wally's talking about all this meditation, Zen stuff like they saw him doing at the beginning of the season, that's what that's a reference to. In pretty much any time Constantine is on screen talking about an adventure that he used to have that doesn't involve having sex with Sarah, it's something that he either did in the comics or something from Constantine season 1 when it was on NBC. So I always get a lot of questions about that. The events of Constantine Season 1 were canonized inside the Arrowverse by Arrow Season 4 when Constantine crossed over. Like they started referencing stuff from Constantine Season 1, meaning that all of that happened within Earth 1's universe. But I think because we haven't seen him a whole lot on the TV show, they keep referencing Astra, like things that everybody regrets, just trying to get to them. So it's Mollis just messing with their minds. But I love the way that Constantine double bluffed him. Okay, I'll totally trade you Sarah's life for Astra. Psych. Can't free anybody from hell. I was wondering how powerful they were going to say that Mollis was, because he was strong enough to block Constantine's spell when they were trying to break into the astral plane. A lot of great jokes about Constantine and Ava both sleeping with Sarah. You can kind of get a sense for the energy of Constantine with the team during season 4 during a lot of these. Like, he really picks the pace up when they're all on screen together.
Oh, while we're here, there's a light.
What they might be doing is Wally goes back to the Flash on a permanent basis during season 5 of the Flash, and then during next season of Legends, Constantine is just the person that fills the hole left by both halves of Firestorm. So there's fewer characters that they have to worry about, which I think is good. Sometimes I feel like there's too many characters on Legends, and you get the extra budget for the special effects necessary to do a lot of Constantine's spell weaving.
John Constantine, you dare enter my realm?
We got to see Sarah wearing her Black Canary costume again, still the coolest looking Black Canary costume that we've ever had in the Arrowverse. Still like the leather jacket, blonde wig better, like she's the closest we ever had to a real Black Canary. But all in all, pretty solid episode. We even got to see Commander Steel from the Justice Society come back for like a really brief scene. I'm really upset that they haven't tried to do more with the Justice Society, but I'm also kind of upset that they didn't just do a Justice Society TV show instead of doing Legends of Tomorrow. I think Warner Brothers has some sort of moratorium on using big names like that, like JSA or Justice or anything that's not in the animated universe. Speaking of Young Justice Season 3, there'll be plenty of that coming up later this year.
Start talking.
I felt like the Heatwave Fire Totem moment at the end worked. It would make sense that being somebody connected to fire so much, he would wield the Fire Totem at some point.
See? Doesn't work.
You still with me, Mick?
Part of me even wondered if most of the legends would be the ones to wield the totems, but Nora Dark is still a bit of a question mark. Like, I still feel like there's something inside her they're gonna try and turn. Like, they have that whole arc with Rey where he's kind of into her, so they're trying to imply some sort of chemistry between the two of them, even though they're focusing more on the Sarah-Ava relationship stuff. The whole thing about Dungeons & Dragons at the end, inviting Constantine to join their adventure party, I feel like is a bit of an Easter egg for him coming on the ship during Season 4, becoming a series regular.
Are you prepared to join us on this mission, most deadly?
Well, tonight, Squire, I'm all yours.
But the really important thing about that is that, like, they made this big announcement. Constantine joins Legends of Tomorrow as a regular during Season 4. The CW network has not formally renewed any of the TV shows, even though they're like, yeah, you know, we're pretty confident everybody's going to get another season. The producers have said the same thing. The CW has still not issued a formal statement. I could probably spend 20 minutes talking about output deals and how the CW makes its money on its TV shows and why ratings aren't as big of a deal. But I think bare minimum, Arrow gets one more season, and Supergirl and Legends make it to Season 5, and then The Flash, just depending on what ratings are like in a couple years, continues through Season 7, 8, 9. Who knows about Season 10? Way too early to talk about stuff like that, but they're never going to cancel The Flash, so don't worry about that. But when they do make that formal announcement, I'll make a video for that, so no worries. But everybody, let me know what was your favorite part of the episode. And what do you think the big twist with them fighting Maulus is going to be? They had the whole metaphor about the Dungeons & Dragons 6 swords. They're going to need all of them to bind Maulus, which means that they will have to turn Nora if they're going to do that, because it feels like she's going to continue to be a totem bearer right up to the finale. But if you guys didn't know, The Flash is on break, Arrow is on break for the next couple of weeks, but I'll be doing bonus videos, so leave your requests for what you want my Flash bonus video this week to be about. I'll name a new giveaway winner when I post that Flash video tomorrow. There's also some new Rick and Morty Season 4 that I'm working on, so all that will post tomorrow. Click here for brand new Flash Godspeed, and click here for brand new Avengers Infinity War. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.